Welcome, my name is Maike Gabriela and I'm a Human Design reader and decondition expert. Today we're going to look at the monthly energetic overview to understand how Human Design and its energy is influencing our weeks, our days, and our personal unique chart. So we're going to go through the different gates that are activated this week. I would invite you to look at your chart so that you can see which gates are activated and therefore which channels will be fulfilled during this week, influencing and changing how you will show up every day. Let's go. On the 2nd of March, we're entering in the gate 63. And this is one that is in your crown. This is where doubt and suspicion live. So what we're going to notice is that there's going to be a collective energy that will influence all of us in how we see the world and the doubts that we have for what's happening in the world. Looking at the current crisis that we have, it is no wonder that everybody is trying to find a way to understand and look behind what the information we're getting fed really means. So this is really an energy that is not about looking for doubt in oneself, but about the information that we receive so that we can actually change and impact the world and how we see it. This energy of doubting, this energy of suspicious is a very logical energy. It is going to allow us to really use our mental power to differentiate between the things that make sense and the things that don't make sense. But it comes with this feeling of uncertainty, this feeling of not really knowing. And what we can see reflected in our current situation is that many sources of information through the vast pool that there is on the internet, a lot of information can be fake news, a lot of information can be told in a different context. So it is really for us to understand that the right answers will come whenever we're open to them and that we don't over-exercise our mind, our brain to find out what makes sense, what's logic, and what is the information we can trust. We have to allow to really just connect to ourselves and allow the information to be processed in a way that we can be open to what feels right for us. The energy of the 63 is really an energy that is constantly looking for proof, and that this information that we're absorbing is related to how we see the world, and that how we see the world can change from the information that we gather. And this is very clear in this first week of March that we're entering into, and how much it has an impact on just our perception and our consciousness expanding. The magic starts happening on Sunday because this is when we enter the gate 22. And the gate 22 is this magical gate that represents grace and charm. And why is this so fascinating? It's because this is really an energy that allows us to carry like a sort of filter. This is the one where we're really in our creative forces, where we're having these creative juices flow. It is something that is really encouraging us to show up at our full potential, to unmask anything where we're keeping small, and taking that step to finally showing ourselves, to growing into who we've come to be. So I really want you to focus on this energy, focus on this week to launch new things, to show up on social media, to start a YouTube channel, to do all those things where you're gonna be seen, because this is the energy that we're carrying. This is really the energy of creating for the sake of creating. It is just like this pure expression of who you came to be and showing that to the world. And no matter what will happen in this week, it will be an energy that no matter if you do something that might not be very graceful, you're actually not being perceived that way. So let's say you're like in an elegant restaurant and you fall flat on your butt. Everybody be like, oh, that was so elegant and so charming. And you'd be like, really? Wow, okay. So this is like really this energy of, again, wearing like this certain filter where everybody sees you in a good light. And it's somebody that really knows how to work the room. This will be an energy where you can charm people. So really take this week for you as an advantage to show up and show yourself as the most biggest, authentic, creative version of yourself. Communicate that with the world and connect to other people so this side of you can be expressed and shared. Then we will start moving into the gate of crisis. And this is all about emotional problems. This is all about really this boredom that we might carry or that we might feel in that moment, because we're all influenced by this gate in this week that will want us to do crazy things, be impulsive, just being bored and being like, okay, I'm gonna, like jump into the cold water or jump off this cliff and see what happens. And this experience is something that we're going to feel this yearning for the experience of life, of feeling, of love, of lust. So it is something that is going to teach us to really sit out the situations and be cautious about how we interact with others. And it is also giving us this strong understanding of, because we ourselves might be going through emotional turmoil, that we have a bigger understanding for what it means to be in the skin of others, or like walking in somebody else's shoes. It really gives us that knowledge and empathy to connect to other people who are suffering, who are going through things that might be intense. The energy of the 36 gate is really one that is just this longing, this desire to be expressed, to feel, to have intensity. But it can come with reckless behavior. So it's really about leaning back, evaluating what is going on in your life, and using this energy to get the best out of it, to make the most out of it. Maybe if you are somebody who's been scared of doing the next step, who's been, shy about showing up for yourself, creating a new business, creating a new offer, leaving this job, whatever it is that you've been feeling scared and uncertain about, this energy can help you push into this new chapter and really overcome all the hurdles and obstacles that are, keeping you back in your limiting beliefs. But it's also something that, again, can make us feel a bit reckless. So I want you to encourage to really take a moment and evaluate how you're feeling emotionally, and not allow yourself to be carried away by that intensity of wanting to feel something radical. It has this duality, like in everything in human design. And I really want you to look at if you carry the half of the gate of the 35, because this is like a whole new expression where this desire can be expressed through your voice and communicated with the world. So look at your chart, see what combinations you have, and understand that one of your greatest gifts in this week during this moment will be being open to other people's stories, being open to feeling what other people feel, being open and attracting new stories that allow you to open your consciousness, elevate your consciousness, and be receiving to the pain and suffering and emotional turmoils that others are going through. And that this is a beautiful moment to connect to the people that you love, the people that you care about, or the people that you work with, because you're going to be aligned and understand in a bigger capacity what it means to have this human experience and what it means to have these desires and how to react and act upon them. After this collective emotional turmoil, we're going to have this beautiful switch into the gate 25. And this is the gate of pure love. This is really also what is part of the transcendental love gates, which is really the love for humanity, the love for the world, the love for each other. It is the greater expression of love. And this carries a certain innocence. This is really an energy where you feel like you are looking at life for the first time. And I'm sensing that because of this emotional turmoil that we've been the week before, we've really come to this place that is raw, vulnerable, and open. And only from this place where we're broken open, where our hearts and our minds are open, we can actually connect to that sense of pure love, to that sense of oneness, because this really makes us level to each other, so that we're really on the same frequency and that we can look eye to eye and not in this distorted vision of oh, I'm better or you're better, really seeing eye to eye in this vulnerable state. And through this energy of pure love, we're able to look at the world through the eyes of a child, really looking at everything as we see it for the first time, having this kind of innocence that right now might not feel like an incredible asset, but really allows you to find the wisdom in the simple things, find the wisdom in the integrity, in the minimalism, and in the things that are just pure, authentic expression of self. That we can start looking at the small things that maybe we haven't been appreciating the last weeks because of this intense emotional ride that we've been on. So I encourage you to take a moment and look at the things that make you feel like a little child. Connect to those things that you used to love to do as a child. Maybe that was drawing until somebody told you that that's not something that will make you money. Maybe it is dancing. A lot of these creative energies are tempered with when we are children. But I want you to connect to those things. Maybe it's reading a book. Maybe it's eating that favorite sweet or candy that you used to really enjoy as a kid. So I want you to connect back to those things that bring you innocence, to reevaluate what's happening this week in your life and look at it without that suspicion, without that emotional turmoil, but really from this innocence of looking at the purity of every situation, looking at the honesty, the transparency of what is in front of you, without projecting too much, without using all that life experience that you have accumulated until now, to really try to find the essence of things. And with that, open yourself up to the possibility of beauty and lightness and excitement and joy in every aspect of your life. This pure energy of love is also a very strong healing energy. So I want you to look at your spleen. If you have an open spleen, which already carries this innate healing ability, this will be a time where you will really be able to tap into the healing of self and the healing of others. So use this innocence also to look at yourself, to look at your own health, to look at the limiting beliefs that you've grown up with, look at the patterns, the conditioning that you've been carrying, and how you can really take that off by connecting to that inner child's wisdom that you carry within, by soothing your nervous system, by calming yourself, by using and finding tools like breath work, like meditation, whatever it is that can help you to really ground yourself and use that energy to heal and take off and remove stagnant energy, connect to the earth, take a bath, whatever it is that you need, put lotion on your body, take a time to meet yourself, to meet your needs, to connect to that inner child and give it the things that it has been missing. Allow yourself to really tune into the possibility that healing can be instantaneous, that it can be miraculous, that it doesn't have to be this hard, suffered way, that really through connecting to the purity, remind yourself you are innocent, you are pure, and that through that energy and that truth, that universal truth, you will be able to heal instantaneously and really shift your mindset, shift your body, and start from this new, fresh, cleansed place. As we move back into the energy of the 17th gate, which is all about opinions, this is really about understanding that you're here to create new thoughts, to bring in this curiosity that you have, to tap into that wanting to know more and understanding the different points of view and looking at how the way that you perceive the world is in alignment with how the world is shown to you. So again, this is an energy that is filled of that wanting to know more, that understanding deeper, searching for information depending on your profile. This is going to show up differently for each and every one of you. So the high expression of this is really understanding that you're here to create new opinions, to bring in your thoughts, to understanding that your opinion is not the ultimate truth, but that you can contribute to the expansion of knowledge, of consciousness, of ideas, and contribute to the collective growth. The negative aspect or the negative expression, and something that you should watch out for this week, is really that you're blurting out what you're thinking and your opinions without being asked. So the big wisdom during this week is really being able to sit in your truth, sit in this grounding energy that you know how to carry, and wait for people to ask you about your opinion. Wait for people to come to you to access that knowledge that is activated this week. And I really want you to sit back, look at how you're engaging with this, because there might be a lot of limiting conscious beliefs and a lot of self-worth issues that might arise. Maybe you feel like you're not being heard because you have an open throat center, or maybe you're feeling rejection because your defined energy center is activated without an actual direction to go. So just become aware of how you're phrasing your opinions and what moments you feel that pressure to express them even though you're not being asked, and try to find the wisdom in learning how it feels when you are asked to express your unique point of view and vision. For the last energy of the month of March, we're going to be in a pure money gate. This is the gate of the treasurer. This is all about resources and how we use them and how we are able to make the best and most out of them. So one of the energies that is very present in this gate is that feeling or that need to control. And what we will be very aware of during this week is how people do not like to be controlled and how we're all looking to find that freedom within. And if you're feeling that fear comes up, because something that is very obvious is that the only reason why we as humans are constantly looking for that feeling of control is because it gives us this fake feeling of safety. It gives us this idea that we're actually able to control our surroundings and pulls us away from the ultimate truth that we're here to trust the universe and that we need to believe that the universe is always on our side. I strongly see that the universe is constantly pushing us so that we can move into the direction of our purpose. And every time that we find an obstacle, every time that we're burned out, every time that we have a physical illness, a mental health illness issue, it is really a sign from the universe saying, hey, that is not your direction. You need to redirect and reroute your path. And many times, because our society influences us so much on how we're supposed to get things, because we're living in this very masculine energy and this night, just do it. You got to go and get it. If you don't have it, it's because you're not working long enough. You're not working hard enough. It's all about sweat and tears. We forget that actually the universe is constantly on our side, is constantly guiding you so that you can show up fully as who you came to be. And for me, authenticity is the pure reason why each and everyone is here and why I'm so fascinated with human design is because it's allowing you to really understand and show up without any guilt and shame exactly who you're meant to be in this lifetime. So we should understand that safety and control is something that we have been programmed to think that we need because we lack the faith in the universe or the faith in whatever it is that you connect to and you believe. So within this resource, in this gate, it is all about letting go of control and stepping into that universal abundance and releasing that lack mentality. We need to understand that when you show up and shine, it allows me to show up and shine. It is not that when you're sparkling and you're really like expressing and fulfilling your purpose, you're stealing other people's light. This is lack mentality. This is an idea that is from the old paradigm. We need to step into and understand and express that the more we shine, the brighter it gets, the better we do, the better we can support and help other people around us. And not only because of the positions that we might get to in our work or our monetary capacity, but really understanding that when you elevate your frequency, you're holding a field, and this field will resonate with other people, and the people around you will align their frequency to your energetic field, and that is how you will energetically uplift the people in your life. So this is an amazing week to look at your finances. This will be a challenging week for all of you who have an open ego, because it is a great lesson for you to understand how to best utilize and work with everything that is money, success, competition, and willpower. But it is really a moment to reflect on just like the permission of letting go of this fake idea of control and getting back to the universal truth of absolute abundance. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you can take some of this information and apply it to your day-to-day life. Become aware so that you can be more conscious about how you can show up authentically and energetically aligned with the people in your life, with the universe at large, to compel you to become the highest version of yourself. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you a beautiful month.